So there might be a lot of you guys that might not remember what you did on the particular day. There might be some of you that might not remember at all. There might even be some of you that can't actually remember the actual date of when you did something. This is what today's video will cover, and this is about how to memorize dates using the memory techniques that I use. So this is literally what I will say, and this is just going to be a quick video. Again, my name is Nabi Kem, and I've been interested in memory for the past 8 years. And in today's video, what I will tell you if you want to, memorize dates is that you need to think of the actual date itself. Obviously, to keep things simple and straight to the point, remember things like birthdays. Like, for example, everyone has a birthday they can remember. Maybe if it's like their 10th or maybe their 16th birthday, for instance. So yeah, you can literally start off there. And again, you guys could probably just say that, oh, this was cheating, oh, perhaps maybe that doesn't count. But at the same time, I will always tell you guys that remembering something is definitely better than remembering nothing. Or I will tell you that remembering is remembering. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that take it from there. And again, I always say keep things basic, because if you can remember things like your birthday or a particular birthday, your eighth, then you're more likely to remember a date probably before then, or even after your birthday, a day after your birthday. Like for me, I always get a little bit overwhelmed. I won't lie to you when my birthday is about to come, and I don't know why. It's just like a feeling. But the day after is something else. It's something, different. But to cut things short, really, let's say you want to remember a date like the 14th of May 2012, maybe. So yes, from 12 years ago. The way you would do this, really, you need to think of the activities that you will do in your day. So in other words, you use images in your day to help you remember the date. And the reason why I say use images is because they're a very good way for you to actually visually remember what you're doing. The way to do this, obviously, is to actually think of what you are doing. Think of the atmosphere, think of the environment that you're in, so that you can attract things in your day. Because the more you remember it like that, you're more likely to actually remember the date. It's just like, for example, you're remembering people's names. Because sometimes when you remember someone's name, you might even be good at remembering someone's name. Maybe if someone's name is called, I don't know, Jill, for example, you'll probably remember their name and associate their face with their name, obviously. Even if you didn't necessarily remember their face well, you will know somehow that their name is wherever their name was. So in this case, maybe it was Jill, for example. I mean, personally, I don't know anybody called such, but that's literally what I'm telling you. So it's kind of similar to when you're remembering a date. Sorry. So really, when you literally remember the activity in your day, think about the activity in your day and think about it very, very well. Maybe think about the interactions that you had with people, thinking about the activities, because when you think of it in that way and you think about it with meaning and intention, you're more likely to remember the date associated with it. So rather than just remembering the date like a numerical sense, as some memory coaches will tell you, you can literally just remember it more of an interaction, more of a one-to-one conversation, or it can just be something that's easier for you, as long as literally the images are there helping you to remember that thing. So really, what I would say when it comes to using images is that remember them with intent. So that way, when you remember them with intent, is more likely to you're more likely to capture that date with you. And to be honest with you, you can even do this the opposite way around as well. But mainly, it's better to actually remember the images a lot more than the date, because it's just like, for example, okay, on the 14th of May 2012, the example that I just gave, you can literally just say, okay, maybe I went for a walk, or I did some jogging, around my local areas. And then you're just thinking about it, oh, I did jogging in the morning. So you can think of it jogging in the morning. And then you can remember it as the 14th of May 2012, you know, morning, because that's obviously what you did. So you can literally give it like some sort of junior name. So maybe the 14th of May morning, maybe the 14th of May nighttime. You be watching TV. You might be watching a TV show with your family, for example, or with somebody that you're in a relationship with. So that's literally the way I would say, how to remember dates. Really, it's just as simple as that. And when you keep on doing this as much often as you can, it'll be a lot more easier for you to actually retain that information. So that way, when it comes to remembering what you did on a particular day of the year, when you actually remember the date itself, because of how well you've actually memorized it, it's more likely to come to you. It just feels like as if literally, you know, you're opening a box, or maybe you're literally like, loading up a screen on your computer, and then literally you just, all of a sudden remember what's there. So it's kind of something like that. So it's not like a big surprise when you open it, or when you literally open an application, because you've remembered it so well that you don't even need to feel, shocked in a way. So that's literally the tip that I will give you for today's video when it comes to, you know, how to, remember dates. Just remember it like that, you know. And yeah, sometimes as well, it's also important for you to remember the year as well, because some of us can remember what we did on particular years. Maybe if you went to, a particular country in maybe a couple of years ago. Like for me, I know I went to Canada last year for the very first time. So obviously that's going to be very memorable and unique, because of the fact that literally it's my first time. And even things like that as well, it's also another good way for you to also memorize as well, even just remembering a particular year, because obviously when you enter a particular year, I'm pretty sure it'll be the first time you did something. Like even this year as well, I went to Scotland, which is somewhere that I've never been before, you know. But now that will stick into my mind because it's the first time I've ever gone there. So that's also an additional tip that I can give you as well. Subscribe if you want to improve your memory. Link in about page or below if you want to, book a free call regarding your memory queries. Like this video if you thought it was very useful. Thank you for watching this video, and let me know down in the comments what else you think I can improve on. Thank you for watching, and take care, guys.